Hard Knocks, episode 1 with the Dallas Cowboys. I was entertained by it, but then I go into it like, okay, let me hear something, see something, anything interesting here. There was one Danette who was not thrilled with Hard Knocks last night, and I was surprised. Todd actually had swear words in the morning meeting talking about Hard Knocks.
I just had higher expectations. It just was kind of bland. It got off to a slow start. It had little moments, but I think, maybe it'll pick up in future episodes. I'm not going to not watch it just because of the first episode, but I thought it would start with a bang, and I didn't feel like I was that inside of what was going on. Nothing really jumped out at me that was earth-shattering or behind the scenes where I felt like I was there with the team.
Yeah, Seton.
The star quarterback returning from injury got hurt in the very first episode. I don't know what else they could possibly do to be more like, oh, crap, the Cowboys are in trouble.
Like, that was a real moment, Todd.
I guess it's because we already knew that he got hurt. I know we're seeing it for the first time, but it's not like it was like a live game where someone gets hurt. There was no major revelation about it.
But the show is taped.
I understand that, but it's not like, oh my God, Dak Prescott got hurt. I hope he's going to be okay.
No, but
this is like old news that he got hurt. We're just seeing what happened.
No, but when you realize in the moment, like, he's so gung-ho and he wants to play and he wants to take every rep, but I want to throw all the passes. And then all of a sudden, Mike McCarthy's like, what's he still doing out here? Shouldn't he be checked out here? Like, that to me was, wow, that surprised me. Yes,
and what added to that whole thing to me of Dak being like, I'm back, baby. I'm taking all the reps. I'm doing all this stuff. Mike McCarthy's like, whoa, take it easy. You're going to get hurt. We need to dial this back. He's like, no way. I'm going to be out there. And then you hear him go, oh, crap, I hurt my shoulder. What made that more exciting was knowing the whole time that at some point this dude's going to hurt his shoulder. And look at the way he's whipping that ball into the net. He's, rolling out to his left, firing a ball into a net that's 20 yards away. And you're like, Dak, you're going to hurt your shoulder. It's happening any minute.
I thought that was really interesting because we knew that he got hurt. We didn't know how he got hurt. What was the reaction in camp when he got hurt? I mean, there's a couple other things. I thought the Mike McCarthy, let me show you movie clips. That seemed like it was, hey, we got to do something to give Mike McCarthy a personality. How about we do a movie that came out in 2001? Yeah, that'll do it, because most of these guys saw, oh, that's right, they were probably just born. That felt like it was pushed, scripted. Jerry Jones having breakfast was kind of interesting because he was putting salt on his breakfast that probably had a ton of salt on it already, but I thought that was interesting. What else? The Zeke Elliott, like they made Zeke Elliott like he was a cuddly puppy here. And, hey, I've known Dak, and this first time we're giving each other a gift, and he couldn't wrap the gift. And then who shows up at the door? Dak Prescott. And then Zeke is giving him a $13,000 bag. That felt like it was scripted. There's NFL Films, HBO, they do a wonderful job in capturing the real things. There's a moment where Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, is calling down during the Hall of Fame game to Micah Parsons to say, hey, what did you do wrong in that play? And he spit it out, and Quinn's like, yep, you got it. And then they want to shut him down in the first half, after the first half, because he wants to make every tackle. That to me was interesting. But it should be. You have all of those cameras, all of that access, and then if the Cowboys want something out, then they can edit something out. But you should be getting great moments. It just felt like they staged a couple of them. McCarthy with what was the movie?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, yeah. I'm like, oh, no. Yes, McLovin.
Can't they just show old footage from 4 years ago when Leighton Vander Esch was going to rip up the entire NFL? Why do they have to redo it again?
Yeah. Yes, Paulie.
It was interesting with Dak. I just watched back to the clip. I wonder if he was like compensating for being out so long. Like, I want to show these guys I'm out here every rep. I'm not injured anymore. I got the big contract, but I'm one of you guys. I'm out here playing. Like, it
Sure.
seemed like overcompensation.
Oh, sure. I mean, but that's natural. They haven't played in a long time. Now you get a chance to play. You got fans there. You want to show your teammates you're all the way back. Nobody's talking about that ankle injury, although they showed the scar. But it's like, hey, we're good here. Like, are we? I mean, I hope. And now it's the shoulder injury, the arm injury, the lat injury, whatever it is. We're still not quite sure. But Hard Knocks, episode 1 last night. Todd gives a thumbs down.
I will tune in next week, and I don't know. I just wanted more. I do agree that there's something compelling about what happened with Dak, but all in all, it just didn't do it for me the first game.
Yeah, I'm
first
surprised you were expecting so much.
I don't know, Cowboys, America's team. I thought out of the box there would just be something juicier. I don't know exactly what that would be. It's the kind of thing you know it when you see it.
But we would have already known it. Therefore, how juicy would it have been? Because as you're saying, hey, we already knew that Dak was getting injured.
I guess not necessarily breaking news, but something, I'm waiting for that. I like that stuff where the guy that you start taking a liking to, and is he going to get cut and all that stuff. But I guess that'll come in the coming weeks.
That's coming. That's the formula. I was surprised that you got the marquee players right away. You got Jerry, you got Dak, you got Zeke. Yeah, Paul.
Like everything with Todd, Hard Knocks was way better in the mid-'80s when he grew up. Way better.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Hard Knocks fan, but I'm just looking for little things. I go back to when the Chargers were on Hard Knocks, just to see Justin Herbert when he was throwing, to see the reaction of the veterans was worth watching Hard Knocks with the Chargers. Just that moment. Because because they try to hide their emotions. You're not going to praise a rookie. You're like, yeah, he's a rookie. He's got to carry my pads here. And you could see them stop and watch, even the defensive players. He's just throwing it into a net. And I went, wow, that is really telling. Because players know players. Coaches don't know players as well as players know players, or certainly the analyst. These guys were going, this is something different. I haven't seen that. And that was that illuminated, my thought on Justin Herbert, that this is not a project. This isn't somebody who's going to take a year or two. And I thought that because he had accuracy issues. But he is a big athlete, great athlete. And from what we've seen so far, he's a franchise quarterback there. But that was something that stood out. Yes, McLovin.
We had a poll question off of Hard Knocks, and I was surprised at the reaction. Who's the most famous owner in professional sports right now? The choices off the top of my head are Jerry Jones and Mark Cuban. I can't even think of anybody who would be third. And I would think Jerry Jones.
Yeah. But if you only have two candidates, probably not a good poll question.
No, it's not. But Paulie says it's Mark Cuban.
Jerry Jones is the biggest owner in football. Football is the biggest sport. Mark Cuban, 6-year-olds know who he is. People who don't know sports know who he is. Mark gives a Shark Tank. Shark Tank's been on, I think, like 12 years and does very well in the ratings. Yeah. A lot of people know him from that show and nothing else. They know he's an owner, but they don't have to watch the Mavs to know who Mark Cuban is. You don't have to like sports in any way to know who Cuban is. He's been in movies, too. I guess Jerry has too.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say Jerry Jones, but I understand the Shark Tank and Cuban is there at every game. But, the reach of the Dallas Mavericks worldwide or even nationally is very, very small. I mean, they're dwarfed by the Cowboys in their own city. So Mark's not even the most famous owner in his own city. Yeah, McLovin.
I think part of it is everyone does a fun Jerry Jones impersonation. Like I know you and Seton both have good ones. It's a good thing to do.
Well, because he's a leader. Dak is a leader, and that's what we need. We need to have him lead us if we're going to lead this team into the playoffs. And hopefully we get a lead with our leader, and that would lead us to another win and maybe another Super Bowl.